In this video, we are going to go through Lucy's entire moveset in Guilty Gear Strive. Now, this is not going to be a fast-paced combo compilation style video. This is a longer one. This is for the people on their way to work, or maybe that can't play the character right now, whatever. We're going to talk about all of her normals, all of her specials, all of her supers, what they do, how to use them, not everything about everything, but key points like important frame data, what goes into what, and that type of stuff. So it's a long haul, but if you're in for it, thank you so much. Alright, and I think the most interesting way to make this not just going from lights to heavies to specials to supers is we'll actually go from distance, so what she does from furthest away to as we get closer. But don't worry, we'll still cover everything. And I think before we get into that flow though, I think we do need to talk about her super first. Now, her hacking super is, of course, very unique for this game. So it's performed with half circle slash, and you have all these different options for hacking the opponent. Now, in the starter guide, they tell you, the starter guide on YouTube, they tell you exactly what these do, but basically, Contagion makes it so that you do dot damage, like poison damage to the opponent. Energy Siphon makes it so when you hit the opponent, you take some life back into your life bar. Algorithm Malfunction is kind of like Slayer. You just kind of force a counter hit after a few seconds, which, you know, is incredibly useful in Strive. Even a little poke becomes a massive counter hit. You can tell how that becomes useful. Resistance Glitch, I think, affects their risk gauge. Pacify affects their tension gauge. And Optics Inhibition makes you kind of this weird semi-invisible state once it gets active. Like, not invisible, but it's harder to see what you're doing. Now, how it works when you go into this is they all have different costs for your RAM. As you can see, 3, 6, 13, 9, 8, 3, and you have a total of 24. So you can buy a bunch of things as much as you can. You can only purchase 4 things with your RAM, so you can't just get infinite contagions. You can only get a maximum of 4. But you can, since they're cheap, you can get 3 contagions and then get the amazing counter hit as well. Whatever combination you want to do is really up to you. I'm sure there's no optimal way of using it yet, but most of the time, just while we're here, I think the best thing to do is to get the counter hit first, and then either a bunch of contagions or whatever else cheap is left. So usually for combo videos, I get contagions so that you get a little bit more damage in the thing, but you want to get the big counter hit early in your combos, because there are times that you can get the counter hit in the middle of your combo. So yeah, that's that super. And another thing that's extremely unique about it is that it almost, in a lot of scenarios, replaces the need for RC for her, because unlike most supers, which, you know, a lot of characters can do supers off of their strings, she can do it off of strings, but she can also do it off of just any special. So she's got this whip special. She can just cancel into this, and then you get a freeze and get a combo afterwards. You can do it after this, and once again, easily get a combo afterwards. Literally anything that's like a special is super easy for her to combo off of. So yeah, very unique game plan of her. She's probably going to be doing a lot of those instead of RCs. And I just need to cover that because that plays an important part in how she throws out everything. Because she can basically do like anything and then go into this, whether it's on block or whatever, decide what she wants to spend her money on. If it's a combo, you can get your counter hits or whatever. You can keep things safe. You can like just get easy like thoughtless confirms off of stuff. It's just super important to everything she'll ever be doing. So yeah, that's her super. Now let's get into the rest of it. So, starting from a distance, she doesn't have too much to be doing, except for she does have a gun. Quarter circle forward slash, she can do 3 shots. If you just tap it, she does 1 shot. She can do 2 shots, I think. And you can hold it down for all 3 shots. Honestly, all things said, that's a pretty good projectile for Strive. There's not many, like, instant travel across the screen projectiles in this game. Like, not many characters have almost like NRS style beam projectiles, which just instantly hits the opponent. So having the multi-hitting can be useful. Like maybe you'll clash the first hit of your bullets with the opponent's projectile and then hit them with the other 2. It's honestly not so bad of an anti-zoning tool, and does decent damage as well. It's also uniquely, surprisingly good at getting new combos. So if you do something like this, oh, if they didn't break the wall, the opponent bounces off of the wall when they get hit by this, which is kind of weird. Like, it's just a little weird shoot, but you can use it to get like kind of your key meterless extensions when you're near a wall. So yeah, very, very unique with the gun here. And just like everything, if you want to, for some reason, you can cancel it into this to cancel the recovery of it. Perhaps the opponent's like jumping in on you and you'll be like, oh shit, let me cancel that. And you know, you may as well, when you're canceling things with Lucy, just cancel into the hack instead of just cancelling into the RC, because then at least you're getting all these buffs instead of just cancelling for nothing. It isn't instant though. But yeah, pretty cool gun. Now, that's basically all she can do from full screen. She'll have to move a little bit close to move on to our next things. So next, I think we have our lunge and some like IADs, because she has a pretty good movement in terms of IAD. Before we forget about it, now that I mentioned it, she does have amazing movement. She's very fast at moving in and out. Like, look at this in and out she can do is absolutely ridiculous. It's almost like she has a step dash, how quickly she like accelerates. And she keeps so much momentum even off of a tiny run. And that does affect a lot of different combos, because she just stays so close for so long. But yeah, amazing movement, and same applies for the air dash. She goes really far, really fast, and she's a short little back dash as well. So, back to this distance. We have a new special move in quarter circle back kick. Now this doesn't go full screen, it goes almost exactly half screen, but it is ridiculously fast for what it is. 16 frames, covers a great distance, and it has follow-ups. So it's kind of like Fujin in how the follow-ups happen. So you can follow up into slash, which is a low, that combos easily from it, or heavy slash, which is a cross-up, cross-up, safe on block type thing. It can also go into combos if you're fast, and can also be used as a combo tool. But yeah, what's interesting about this, sorry, got a little distracted for a second, is not only is it an amazing lunge with follow-ups, kind of like Fujin does, it also has the new Fujin properties where you can actually just go straight into the follow-ups. So like they showed in the starter guide, if the opponent ever thinks for some reason you might be going for an overhead, you can just have a low special move where she just goes straight for the low. Or, which is also really great, you can also just kind of almost go for the Slayer cross-up, where you just dash at the opponent, cross to the other side, and hit him with that big boot. That seems pretty amazing for offense. So the opponent's blocking something, they're trying to block my pressure, I can just go on the other side, catch them sleeping, and it's relatively safe and can start combos. Like, it's pretty good, pretty solid stuff. So yeah, this covers like a really large amount of her game plan. Being able to just throw this out so quickly in neutral is so amazing. It's one of her best combo enders because it's, you know, fast and long reaching. It'll connect off of basically anything that other things like this or this won't hit. Another note on the gun is it's actually technically her most damaging special move if you get all 3 hits to hit. So sometimes you can just end your combo in this and it'll do more damage than any of her other enders, but only by a teeny bit. So yeah, this is amazing, this is fast, and it's going to be amazing for her pressure. Anytime she gets a hard knockdown, people also use it for doing this type of thing, where you can kind of use it as like a step dash. So anytime she's ended her knockdown in this style of thing, this, and you can get some pressure afterwards. You're right in front of the opponent. Oh, you're usually right in front of the opponent's face. So you can go for some throw mix, you can go for some high-low mix, just general pressure. Really cool. Or, of course, since you can do the follow-ups on their own, you can just go straight into the overhead. It's really cool. Lots and lots you can do with this one special move. Right. And yeah, it also has other properties like I've mentioned, that like this follow-up can also be used for combos, and of course this part is going to be great for combos on its own as well, and just like all of her other special moves, yes, it can be cancelled into her hack. And you can get some kind of ridiculous combos from that. So, amazing special move, easy to keep safe because on its own it is -6, so it's based out, it's completely safe. Yeah, just trust me, it is. And even while you're safe, you can still choose to go into the overhead cross-up, which is also safe. I'm not sure if it's an overhead, but it's a cross-up. So yeah, extremely strong move. Now, getting back to this distance, whoops. She is a nice IAD. So from this distance, she can get, well, of course she's going to be able to get jump slash, because that thing is, you know, a very horizontally long reaching thing. She could probably get that from almost full screen. But yeah, almost full screen, she can get an IAD from the jump slash. Of course, it's not going to be as advantageous as her heavy slash, and she's not going to get too much from it. But yeah, IADH is low enough that it's very, very advantageous when it hits, and that's what you can use to easily get into your close slash combos. And yeah, good IAD, not too much to say about it other than that her jump ins aren't super amazing, but I guess let's talk about them while we're there. Jump punch, jump kick, jump slash, jump heavy slash. A pretty, like, she has the variety of jump normals you want. She's got the long reaching horizontal one for kind of reaching the opponent when you're not gonna reach them with any other button. She's got the very vertically downwards reaching jump heavy slash, which is really good. You can hit from the peak of your jump. Perhaps there's gonna be some like instant overhead mixed with that, or regardless, it's just great to have something that hits kind of slowly and down low so that you can get easy conversions from it as well. And her jump dust is another unique jump dust. So she kind of like tethers herself to the ground, pulls herself in, and the opponent gets knocked down by it. So it's going to have a bunch of unique properties that make it kind of cool. So the fact that it is an air stall, kind of like Sin's jump dust, in some scenarios it can be useful for throwing the opponent off, and you know, any way you can alter your air movement trajectory is really strong, so it kind of has that property. It also is unique that it kind of knocks the opponent down, and you can actually jump cancel it and dash cancel it. So after it hits, as you can see, I can do an aerial dash, or I can do a jump, or I can just cancel it into grounded specials or supers. So it's very pliable in how it can be used, very, very easy to convert from in many ways. So as you can see, I can do like a jump cancel into a heavy slash. Fortunately, I don't think there's much you can get from that heavy slash, but once again, it's something that you could probably use to go into mix of like double overhead or just IAD. I don't think the IAD is fast enough to go into anything else. Yeah, not sure about that one, but once again, you can get a double overhead there if the opponent blocks it. And if you're on the ground, well then you can just, you know, if you're fast enough, get easy follow-ups. Very, very cool, very, very unique. And because it's cancelable on the ground, it, you know, makes it more likely that you can, you know, follow up on it, unlike something like a jump slash, which is not very plus. Regardless, cool. Interesting air options, even though she doesn't have like aerial special moves or that much. But she's fast, she's got unique ways of moving in the air, and a decent array of jump buttons. Now, we're moving a little bit closer. We're about this far from the opponent now. And this is probably, like a lot of Strive characters, where she's going to be excelling. So in combination with her ridiculously fast movement, where in like half a second she can just sprint at you and instantly grab you, almost like she has a step dash, she has amazing buttons in this distance. So just look at this slash. This is a round start, further than round start slash, that's ridiculously fast, 13 frames, and it has a bunch of different follow-ups. So 13 frames, and it has like a automatic confirm that will hit from any distance, which is such a privilege to have in Strive, because a lot of characters have, or historically have had problems with not being able to get anything from their far buttons, particularly their far slash. Lucy does not have that problem. She can press slash and connect this target combo. That target combo can also connect into her heavy slash, so she basically gets a 3-hit confirm from her far slashes, where usually people only get that from their close slashes. And then, yeah, she can get a lot of buttons from her close slash. It's just really strong, really, really privileged. And this button is pretty good in a bunch of ways. All of the follow-ups are cancelable as well, so you can cancel into her special moves. It's just such a good, like, I don't know, yeah, it sucks the opponent in as well, so yeah, they have to be worried about like different distances might cross up versus not cross up. Or you can just go into the whole string to push them out again and keep yourself safe. And then go into some special moves depending on what connects from there. And if you space it correctly, you can probably Oh, actually, no, that's not spaced to keep that safe. But, you know, it's just so strong being able to have all of these. And all parts of it are special cancelable as well. So if you ever need to cancel for a combo at some specific point, you are more than welcome to. Just an amazing strength to have. And the same thing applies to basically all of her buttons at this distance. They're all really, really strong in some way. So let's go into Heavy Slash, just because it's simple. 12 frames, so it is actually faster than her Standing Slash. Doesn't have as good range, but this thing is just lightning fast. Probably can't be 6P'd as well because of how low it hits. And come on, that thing is just like an instant, like, go away, get off of me. Recovers pretty fast, it's just, fuck off, mate. Now, Crouching Slash also doesn't have as good distance as Standing Fast Slash, but it also has amazing follow-ups that vacuum the opponent in. So if you just press Crouching Slash twice, you get this target combo, and it can also cancel into Crouching Heavy Slash, instead of just going straight into it, which wouldn't work. But thanks to the vacuum, this does work. Even at absolute peak range, you can always get stuff like this, which is so cool, and is probably going to be a key part of her combo routing, because being able to do into that, or into combos like that, it seems like it's going to be very, very important for her. It is also a low, so the opponent, you know how bots work in this game, they don't block it in the way that they're standing, so this is actually a low target combo that is an easy confirm into her classic combos. It's just... into some random... that wasn't a great combo, but just showing you that it can lead to her ridiculous stuff. So very, very strong. Once again, it's not as fast... oh, actually, it is extremely fast. It's 11 frames, so it has pretty damn good range for a low, mind you. And like I mentioned before, she keeps momentum like crazy, so any of these buttons, if you add in a little bit of a run, she keeps the momentum and she flies along while this comes out. So this can reach from so far, and yeah, even at peak distance, she can suck the opponent in and get a full combo from it. It's just, that is just so ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. And imagine if you're around this distance and you're around here, the opponent's walking back, you do a little bit of a step back, you go into the simple target combo, and whoops. Basically, you can catch them trying to walk back, and you get a full meterless combo into like a wall splat. Into some random meterless combo. Of course you can make it better than that, but yeah. Just like on principle that she can get that low out of nowhere and just go into free combos into like her best launcher when you're near the corner. Like, that's so cool, that's so crazy. So yeah, amazing buttons. Yeah, I think for around that range, that's about it. Oh, actually no, we can add on another neutral special move. So we've already done this special move from like half screen, you know, ridiculous, throw it out, it's safe, it has follow-ups. But when she's around this distance, not only does she have her amazing buttons, she also has another special move that can kind of be used in this distance. Like a 16 frame special, has really great range, is also like safe. Like -8 from all that far away. And the thing that's cool about it is it's a bit modular. You can hold it down for ages, you can hold it down for a little bit. I don't know, it doesn't know when it's coming out. They don't even know if it is coming out because you can cancel it by just pressing the dust button. And so yeah, you can be like pressing buttons from around here, going into this, and then like be threatening for it to come out and then dash in for a throw. Dash in for a button, or just keep holding it down, and if it gets the full hold down, it gets like a stupid high launcher where she can like convert from literally any distance, even like max distance, she can get this special move off if I don't mess up the combo. And just get, yeah, easy little chunks of strive damage with a random combo that I definitely haven't optimized at all. So yeah, really interesting there. It does also, I imagine, become better and better on block the more you hold it. I think it very quickly becomes a guard block. I'm not sure exactly how long you have to hold it, but even just this like medium hold Yeah, even just actually a tiny hold instantly becomes a guard crush. That's really intense. And as you can see, even on block, it does apply this status effect, which I guess, yeah, we've finished from all the buttons in this range. We can probably talk about the status effect now. So this is her key gimmick that she's going to be accessing probably even more often than her hacking gimmicks. Perfect. And this is basically just like Testament's stain state in a lot of ways. It puts the opponent in a state where, for a while they have this glitch on them, if they get hit by certain things, they will just, you know, automatically be comboable. So even things like a throw, which Stain State only recently learned how to do, can just instantly become a throw combo, which is amazing and of course, like, super, super strong. Even if the damage isn't amazing, keep in mind that's meterless just from a regular special that she'll end a lot of combos in anyways. So yeah, I guess if we're talking about it as a combo ender, I should also notice that also say that if you hold it down slightly, it does become a hard knockdown. So if it was a longer combo, and I've just ended in this hard knockdown into this thing, into a throw, like this is going to be very common for her to get mixed up off of that. So let's talk about the nerve short circuit state. I'll just call it short circuit. So it works similar to Stain State in that you get combos from things, but it does only work on hit. So if the opponent, and I'll just turn it on so I don't have to keep repeating it. And it only gets applied by doing this special move, by the way, I just want to say. So yeah, you've done this special move, held it slightly, and then you get this status effect. What it does is it only applies that kind of slow down, glitching, extra frame data on certain things. They say it's things that use your wire, but also other things. Actually, maybe it is things that use your wire. This does technically use your wire, my bad. So it uses things that use your wire. So things like your far slash, your heavy slash, your crouching slash, your standing close slash, shockingly. But even, like I've mentioned, unique things like your throw, which uses the wire, and even quarter circle back or 2-on-4 kick. I was thinking this doesn't use a wire, but she does technically kick you with the wire, and that freezes you down as well, and you can get basically just a combo from anything that connects when the opponent has this status effect. We got the throw, we got close slash, can instantly like go into close slash dash cancel. But the thing is, unlike Stain State, it doesn't happen on block. So I've hit the opponent all these times here and they still have the effect on, because it only works when they are connected on hit. So you really have to hit them with the thing to electrocute them. You don't just get instant frame data, which can be good or bad, like some people have mentioned. A lot of people just choose to take Testament's pressure and take the take the plus frames rather than taking a full combo once they get mixed. But with Lucy, that's not the case, because the opponent just has this status on them until they get hit. So you can just keep doing ridiculous stuff over and over again, and once they finally get hit by, say, this low, or whatever, and they get caught by that, well, boom. That's when they're gonna get thrown into a combo, and yada yada yada. So yeah, very cool, very interesting. It can also be applied in the middle of combos. It's just gonna be whenever you manage to land a special move. So if I've landed like in the middle of a combo, I can do like a kick into this special move, and as you can see there, the slowdown happens in the middle of the combo. It's very cool. There's lots of ways that can be be applied. Very, very cool. It's good for a simple character to do nice gimmicks like that. Now, we've covered basically everything from this range. It's time to get up close. Okay, so for the close section, I'm going to emphasize a little bit more frame data, because this is where it's going to matter more than in neutral, because when you're far away and you're -8, no one's going to really care. But when you're in the opponent's face and you're -2 versus +2, that's a big difference. So, up close, we've got our close little punches. Nothing really to note about them. 5 frames standing and crouching, and maybe slightly below average range. But they do both combo into 6p, and 6p is a cancelable 6p, so you can go into a little bit of an ender like that from your pokes. Nothing amazing, but also not nothing. 6p, by the way, you know, I haven't seen the full like hitboxes and stuff yet, but it seems like it's going to be very, very strong 6p, 9 frames, has like the perfect kind of angle you want from an anti-air 6p. It goes a decent amount in front of her while also going a decent amount upwards and not having like a weird ugly angle. It's got the horizontal, it's got the vertical. It seems really good. Even being able to hit the opponent from like this range means that like if someone's doing their fast slash or what standing punch, it works like a 6p. It seems like it's gonna be good. And that it's cancelable. Love that. Right. Sorry. Okay, punches. Punches, they're fine. They're -2. Nothing really to write home about them. They're okay. Now, for our little kicks when we're up close. I think she does have... I think they're decent, but they're not what I would call DLC kicks. She doesn't have like, you know, a ridiculous long-reaching kick, but it is 7 frames and seems like it recovers kind of fast. And the crouching kick, you know, it doesn't look like she's going to low profile much, especially if that elbow in the air is a hitbox. But, you know, it doesn't look trash. And it looks like it's very, very consistently going to combo into sweep, which is important because that is a pain in the ass when it doesn't work. And same with standing kick as well. They're both easily going to convert, especially if there's a tiny bit of run since she has so much momentum. But even without, it seems like that nice long-reaching dust is going to do your work. Now, I don't think her sweep is actually going to be very useful in a lot of situations because I can't really see why you would go for like just the sweep when you can go for the 2S, which is also a low, has more range, and has like this full situation you can go for off of it. But you know, that's just me. Maybe I'll get proven wrong. Now, contrary to the sweep, we have a dust, and you know, it's a dust. Nothing amazing about it. Something I will say about it though is more of a note on her run momentum. Is since she has so much run momentum, if you're a person that likes dusts, charged dust combos, they are so easy to do with her, even if you like getting the cross up like I did there. That is so easy to do because she just keeps moving so far after a little bit of a dash. So it's really easy to get like cross under dust combos. If that type of thing tickles your fancy. But yeah, it's a dust. Maybe the momentum is also good if you'd kind of do it in neutral. You can kind of start it from further away and she'll dash in and hit the opponent from there. Whoops. Now into the little bit more juicy things. Close slash. Close slash is only +1, so it's not a super advantageous, but you know, 7 frame, it's a close slash. Having all of these extra strings off of her slashes as well means that, you know, you can probably crank the opponent's risk gauge, a little bit more than you normally would with other characters. More hits, even though risk has been nerfed in general in this patch. Yeah, not too much a note about it. It could potentially, depending on how close it gets activated, could be a good anti-air, judging by just the animation. I'm not sure exactly what the hitbox is though. Now, on the other buttons, all of our slashes from up close are kind of becoming very scary in terms of what their frame data is. So if we're looking on block here, that's a -14. This is a -12. Even the follow-ups, -12 again. Even into the heavy slashes, yeah, -16. They're really not something you're doing. The standing one is actually totally fine, -8, and pushes them all the way away. So you really want to make sure you're not doing them on your own. You want to go for the full string into a special move to keep yourself safe, because they're not built for just tossing out. That's what you want to use, your little kicks, or your like, yeah, full like send it special moves, those kind of pokes. You don't just do like the single close slash when you're close to the opponent, because that is actually risky for her. But yeah, other things are generally fine. Of course, you're not going to be using much of a heavy slash on block intentionally anyways, but just make sure you do cancel it if you do. Now, she does actually have another command normal in 6H. This is kind of like a lot of 6Hs. It's mainly just for combo fodder. It is somewhat safe, not that you would be using it. It doesn't connect from the kicks naturally, so on a standing opponent you'll need to use that type of thing. But if you are in some kind of combo where the opponent has been launched, it does generally connect pretty easily from your standing kicks or your close slashes. And you know, like a 6H, it just does more damage than your other buttons. It's going to be used a decent bit in your combo routing. It leads to a knockdown, so you can also use it to go into the gun. And get damage that way. It's combo fodder basically. Alright, and let me think, is there much else to mention now that we're this close to the opponent? Is that basically everything? We can talk a little bit about how things link together, but yeah, we talked about the 6P, the 6H, the target combos, holding the monowire, the short circuiting, the gun, the lunge, follow-ups from the lunge. Oh, we've got a DP, and then our last super. Sorry. So, she has a DP. Not much to say about it. You know, DPs have changed a lot in recent months and years of Strive. This one can't be cancelled into any Roman cancel on hit or block. It has a pretty, you know, at least it's somewhat fast at a 9 framer. Unfortunately, even though it is a wire attack, it doesn't interact much with this. It doesn't recover fast enough or give enough of a hit to get any follow-ups afterwards. Unfortunately, that would be so cool if she got free combos from it in that specific, like if she had the thing on the opponent. Whatever, that's not real. Yeah, it's a DP. The only time I've noticed myself using it in training mode is sometimes when you get certain things into this, you can't really get much follow-ups except for punches, and you don't get much from your punches. Even like this doesn't really work, so you can just do some punches into your DP since that's a fast special. And in some cases like this, maybe that's why you would use this instead of anything else. But yeah, DP's a DP. Final super though is theoretically the stylish super, except for most of the time it is not stylish at all. It looks extremely boring. Except for the lead up into it. Also doesn't do anything particularly amazing for her. It pushes the opponent very far away with not much frame advantage. Like, yeah, she can shoot her gun, but it's not where she wants to be. Doesn't do, honestly, a great amount of damage. You can Kara cancel it from things like the lunge, because the lunge does have like a H follow-up. It's really easy to just do the input for it after that. So perhaps going for that in combos could be useful in certain situations. But honestly, I kind of doubt it, because it doesn't do a huge amount of damage, even if I do something like this. Like, that doesn't seem very useful. But yeah, what does make it useful, and I haven't super labbed it out, is that at a certain point in the opponent's life bar, if you have the meter, it will just decide to automatically kill them. Now, what I'm interested in is like how much does it determine as low enough to kill them automatically? Like, even that isn't an automatic kill. Like, why do I have to have 100% tension to kill from that range? Like, literally anything else I could do with a simple combo with even like 1 bar, as long as I don't shoot the wrong way, can kill the opponent from that amount. Like, it doesn't seem like it. The thing that would be cool about this is if it avoided, like, guts, how the opponent gets less and less damage as their life bar goes down, and this could just be one giant hit that kind of avoids that and would automatically kill them. But like, come on, what's the point of the automatic follow-up if even that amount of life isn't enough for them to be killed? Like, I really just don't see the point in this, unless there's something I'm missing. It looks badass, but I don't really understand the application of it. Alright, and yeah, now that we've gone through it, that's all of her moves. I guess also to mention, she does have a blue, what's it called? Wild Rush? Wild Assault? Wild Assault? Which there were some changes to Wild Assaults. Generally, blue was a little bit buffed and red was nerfed so that they can't cancel into things on block, while she still can with her blue one, which is probably pretty useful for her considering that she has these really long strings, a bit like Bridget. So perhaps you can do things to go for unique pressure and really like control their gauge. Potentially good. Yeah, I mean, of course it's good for every character. But other than that, wow, have we soldiered through and talked about all of her moveset. So yeah, we know about everything she can do from every distance, key frame data on things, -2, +1, very minus on block, so make sure you do the full string. We know that the gun is a gun, and that it is a wall break near the corner. I mean, a wall bounce. We know we have this amazing thing that can be kept safe if you space it correctly away from the opponent. You can do the follow-ups without even needing to do the first hit, which leads to cool mix-up potential. And everything that we do, whether it's going for random specials in neutral, or random specials off of strings, or random buttons, everything that we do can be cancelled into our hacks. And I suggest you go for the counter hit, and then spend some other stuff on some fun gimmicks. If you're trying to get high damaging combos, just get the dot damage, and you can get cool stuff going.
That'll do. That'll do.
And get some ridiculous stuff going. Once again, random combo I've come up with. I'm not going to claim it to be optimized in any way, but it's hella fun and looks cool. And yeah, apart from all these status effects that we're getting from cancelling our everything, cancelling our special moves, I just want to emphasize, cancelling special moves into this and getting our hacks instead of RC just makes her so unique. But also another status effect we're getting all the time is our nerve short circuit, which allows us to, you know, keep pressuring the opponent, and whenever they get hit, they just get a bunch of extra hits done. So that means from our, like, you know, average combos, maybe we're not spending meter, you can go for stuff like this, go for our amazing Oki, and hopefully you don't screw up like that. And get some easy throw combos, or combos from your wire. Super cool character, so fast, great buttons, catching you with your low. She's just got stuff to do at any point without being particularly complex. And I love that, and I know a lot of Strive players love that. So, that is Lucy. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.